What I've come to realize is that shopping addiction can look just like what it does on social media, dropping hundreds or thousands of dollars at once, coming home with armfuls of bags from a shopping day, and endless shelves of products. But maybe more realistically for most of us, it can also be silent to those around you and even blend in with your everyday life. It's just as much of a mental obsession as it is the physical compulsion of handing over your credit card. Today I want to go over 14 warning signs that indicated that my shopping was getting out of control. Number 1, hiding purchases from others in your household. This can look like sneaking by your family members with the package hidden behind your back, not telling them where you're going when you're going out, intercepting a package before, they get home from work, or even playing dumb when they ask if something's new and you're kind of just like, well, oh, no, I've had this for a while. Number 2, shopping to treat boredom or any other negative emotions. We all joke about good old retail therapy, but honestly, recently, it doesn't really hit the same anymore, and it kind of is almost doing the opposite and making me more sluggish and sad, honestly. Number 3, mindlessly walking down aisles or scrolling through product pages until you find you want something to buy. So basically, you have the shopping itch, but you don't really need anything, yet you still go to your favorite store and look through all the products until you find something that you want and buy it. It's very much impulsive. Number 4, not allowing yourself to pay for shipping. In other words, adding things to your cart that you might not even want just to hit that shipping threshold, and then therefore you are saving money by getting free shipping. Not really making that much sense. Is that girl math? Number 5, when something breaks or starts to become worn out, your first instinct is to buy a replacement. And to that I say, what are some things that you can think about before jumping right to buying something new? So number 1, can you repair it? Does it still work even if it's imperfect? Do you need to replace it right away? Or could you see what it looks like to live without this item and see if you can delay repurchasing it to see if you actually need it? Number 6, constant daydreaming about shopping or an item that you want to buy. So this plays right into that idea of fantasy self. So imagining yourself wearing an item or using an item, and then just constantly thinking about it throughout the day, basically until you buy the item. And then often I found it doesn't really measure up to what you saw in your daydreaming. Number 7, going over your budget every month. So this is an interesting case where you're kind of stealing from your future self to satisfy your present self. For example, my husband and I have 2 extra savings accounts that we have as part of our regular bank account. So every month we will kind of give ourselves an allowance of fun money. So we put that into our accounts, and then basically when we buy anything that's like a personal purchase, we'll just move money over from our personal savings accounts into the checking account to balance it out. And so my problem was that I would keep going over the allotted amount that I got every month, and I would kind of write it down and take it out of the next month. But that just kind of kept snowballing to where, it would be a new month, I would get my money and I'd immediately have to get rid of it all because I had used it up the previous month. And so then, because I didn't have any money and I would keep buying, I would take it out of next month and so forth. Number 8, your wish list is starting to feel like a to-do list and you feel rushed to check everything off. So I kind of talked about this in my previous video, but basically my wish list started to feel like I needed to buy everything within a certain amount of time, and I felt rushed because I'm kind of a perfectionist and type A to get it all done. And then there's also that deadline, that stores and, just marketing likes to put on us to where, there's a exclusive sale, or it's only in stock for a limited amount of time, or just seasonally with the trends going so fast, if you don't buy it right now, it's gonna go out of stock and never become available again. So basically, like, the wish list was kind of hindering me in the fact that I wanted to buy everything on it and was basically managing it every single day and looking at it every single day, thinking of what I could buy. So something you could do instead is to maybe have a wish list, but put like a time limit on it. Like, I have to wait, a week or 30 days to purchase this, and that kind of like takes it off your mental load. Or just stop thinking that it's a to-do list. So maybe that one's just me, I don't know. Number 9, you're buying more and more things before you get a chance to use or wear what you recently bought. So this one's pretty straightforward. You're buying something and then you buy something else and you didn't even use what you used before. So you're kind of just going through things so quickly that you can't even appreciate what you already have. Number 10, I'm gonna call marathoning. So this is like if you are out on a shopping trip with some friends or even alone and you go to one store and you don't find anything. So you go to the next store and then the next store, and basically you just keep going to stores to try to find something because you can't go home empty-handed, because that means that your day was a waste. And obviously that leads to a lot of impulse shopping and you end up with a lot of stuff that you didn't even really want. Number 11, buying more decor or clothing than you can reasonably or comfortably store. So kind of saying that's a future me problem, or I don't need to worry about that right now. That's, something to think about further down the road, or I'll figure it out later. Kind of think more if you're into like seasonal decor, for example. We're kind of getting into the holidays. If you keep buying more, you're gonna need some place to store it when it's not that time of year, and your future self is probably going to be really frustrated with you. Number 12, buying something that is trendy on social media but doesn't really fit your style or your values. Obviously, this is just another classic case of impulse shopping and fantasy self, just seeing it on someone else and thinking it looks so perfect and it's gonna make your life so perfect once you have it in your hands. And most of the time, it's honestly just doesn't meet your expectations and it just doesn't look right on you or look just like it did on the other person. And even sometimes I've found that I bought something and then I get it, I'm like, why did I even buy this? It's not even my style. Number 13, considering compromising on what you know you truly want just because it's easier in the moment or you've given up on finding the right thing. So an example of this is recently I've been trying to buy more natural fiber clothing instead of synthetic fiber clothing, simply because it lasts way longer, it's usually like better quality, and it just feels a lot better on the body. I've noticed that when I wear polyester now, I just truly feel like I'm wrapping myself in plastic, because that's what I'm doing. And so sometimes though, I'll see, a sweater and it looks so cute and it's the perfect color, the perfect structure of what I want, but then I look at the materials and it's like polyester, acrylic, blah, blah, blah. And I've considered buying it anyway, even though it goes against my values that I've set for myself, the boundaries. So obviously that's another problem, is considering compromising on those just to take the easy route, or just because you've simply given up, because quality clothing is really hard to find nowadays for a decent price. And number 14, buying something just because it's on sale or a good deal, or you find, a name brand at the thrift store. Again, this is just, impulse shopping. Obviously, I've been there and it never stays in my closet for that long. If you resonate with anything in this video, please give me a like and subscribe if you want to continue on this journey with me of taking my life back from overspending and compulsive shopping. And leave me a comment below and let me know, what your warning signs are, or if you've overcome any and you'd like to share with others. And thank you to everyone who commented on my last video. It means so much to me that, I'm not alone and you're not alone, and that we can kind of build a community together. I think that would be really great. Thank you so much. Bye.